I accidentally caught my mother-in-law seducing my husband's uncle. In my panic, I knocked over a vase. My mother-in-law spun around in shock. I was so frightened that I turned to leave, but the man hurried forward and blocked my path. Only then did I realize that the affection in his eyes was never for my mother-in-law, but for me, his niece-in-law. It turned out that just a few days earlier, someone had secretly drugged the man, leaving his whole body burning with heat. At the time, my family was pressuring me to get pregnant with my fiancé's child as soon as possible. In desperation, I got into his car by mistake and thought he was my fiancé. The two of us ended up sleeping together. The next morning, I woke up to see a strange man beside me and fled in terror, leaving behind one pearl earring. When I later attended a family dinner with my fiancé, I saw the man from that night again. From the conversation, I learned he was actually my fiancé's uncle. When I served him tea, my hands shook uncontrollably from nerves, but the man deliberately teased me. Luckily, my mother-in-law stepped in to defuse it. During dinner, the man deliberately took my fiancé's seat and sat beside me. Then grandfather asked about the man's marriage. The man suddenly spoke seriously, saying he had fallen in love at first sight, and took the pearl earring from his pocket. My mother-in-law froze when she saw it. I shook my head frantically in fear. That night, I suggested having a child with my fiancé, but he rejected me on the spot. It turned out my fiancé still loved his first love and felt only disgust toward me. After being rejected, the man suddenly flashed through my mind, so I deliberately dressed to look weak and pitiful and went to find him. When he saw me standing barefoot on the floor, he pulled me into his arms with concern and gently asked whether I was cold. I pretended I was about to leave, then deliberately fell back into his arms, saying my foot had slipped. The man saw through my little trick at once and leaned down again to try to kiss me, but I made another excuse and refused. I had already stirred his desire. This time he no longer wanted to let go, holding me tightly, demanding to know what I really wanted. I looked into his serious eyes, just as I was about to explain. At that critical moment, my mother-in-law suddenly burst through the door, and what I wanted to say was that I wanted to be with him.